Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for the 8th of March. We'll also cover ETH as well. And what I was thinking about this is, I've mentioned this before and I think I need to mention it again as well, is that this wave 4 here is 1 degree higher than the previous waveform. So technically this correction here should be bigger than this one here. So if we using fractals, then we should be seeing this pattern here 61.8% bigger than this one here. So this leg down through here, yes, we can count it corrective, and yes, the market can just continue to move to the upside here. But my caution is that this leg down here would be 60% bigger than this first leg here for this one here. So I think that the rally here, and you can see how high the rallies come here. So we may be seeing the same thing again here. So we may see a rally to the 62% or the 78% retracement area, and then see 5 waves come down through this way here to finish it off, and then a move up from there, like we've done here with this move here. So we really need to be a little bit careful. Well, traders need to be careful about this, not so much the hodlers and the stackers and so on. So yeah, so today we'll have a look at the count that can just take us straight up into new highs, and also just being aware of this one here. So it's a little, the tricky thing is that the 61.8% is probably around here somewhere, so that would leave the 78.6 sort of somewhere around this level here, which is both valid. So even though we might see a nice strong move in here, just be mindful that, you know, it can do this like it did here as well. So just being mindful of that, and yeah, we'll be able to get in quite close to all of that. So, but yeah, anyway, we'll look at both counts. So in the first instance, we can look at this here as as wave 3 here, with an A and a B and a C wave finishing this off here. I've talked about that before. So we could look at this as wave 1 here and 2 here, and the third wave normally comes in around the high of the previous trend as well in that case. So that's roughly where we would be looking for it at that point, and then seeing wave 5 to the upside coming in around the 65,000 area. It's called the medium level. Yeah, so that's sort of it really at that point. So that would be the bullish count for this. Now I'll just check on the hourly count. Okay, so yeah, still the same thing. So maybe I've done it on the tick chart. I'll have a look. Oh no, I've done it on the 2-hour chart. We can come back to this. So just on the 2-hour chart here, I think I had it here before, and I've adjusted it as well here. So last time I had this as the ABC to this point here, and then we could have 5 waves coming down, but this counts okay too. So an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave up here. So this trend line I've just poached from those lows there and just popping it over there. So yeah, looking at 5 waves in this little journey coming up through here and then folding out from that point, and this would be the 61.8% and the 78.6, and the trend line coming through there that's not in place just yet. But yeah, so I just want us to be aware of this, that's all. So in this instance here, we could look at wave 1 here, wave 2 coming back here. I have to pull that apart. I don't know if that's wave 3 and 4 here, probably 4 and 5. I want to compare that with ETH as well. So this is where it can like roll over here. That's what we need to be a little bit careful of, okay? So yeah, we're not out of the woods yet on that, but anyway, we'll know by next session. So yeah, so the 1-hour chart just in here with the more bullish count. So in this case, if we're looking for 5 waves up, I've got to put wave 1 here and wave 2 here, otherwise it will just be too small and would bring in, if we got some over here, nope, I'll just create some. So we'll need to look at that as wave 1 and 2 here. and a little wave 3 there, and wave 4 there, and wave 5 coming in there somewhere. I'll just check that on the tick chart too, I think. Oh, I've labelled it differently here, not that it matters that much. So we're carrying two counts here, wave 1 and the A wave here, and the B wave here for this, and coming up for the C wave here of wave B here, or we're going to be moving up for wave 3 here. And in this case, I could put wave 3, 4 and 5 in here to finish that off in there. So it's possible to count that. We'll check on ETH as well. All of that looks like the same thing there. Let me have a look at ETH for a moment. Where's ETH? Over here. So the same thing goes here as well. In this case, we've got the 61.8% coming into this little area here, and the count looks a little bit cleaner in here. So I'll use this count to mirror the Bitcoin account, wave count. So we can look at it as wave 3 and 4 here, then 1 and 2, and wave 3 moving up here, and wave 4 and wave 5 moving up higher there. The 1 hour chart, same here. So in this instance here, we'd need to look at this as the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here, and that would be pretty much bringing that down to there, just so I can use that a bit. Bring that across there. That's all good. That goes back up to the 1800. The 1800 is really important here for this. So obviously we've talked about being long in this in various ways, so I don't need to go into that. But my main journey today in this is really just looking at this structure here, which I'll need to go to the tick chart to do, I think, just to get that in there. Just checking this out. It looks like a wave 4 here and a wave 5, but I'm not sure if that's wave 1 and 2 here, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Probably like that. I'll go for that for the time being. I'll come back and adjust that. So it doesn't really leave a lot to the up room here, which is kind of good really, because this will give us a an opportunity to get things here. Because if this, I need to check it on the tick chart, but let's just say that we've got 1 and 2 in here, and we've got 3 and 4 and 5. So let's just say that we go up here somewhere, okay? Look, it may be earlier or maybe later, but what we'd be looking for either way is that if this market was going to be bullish and we had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, then that would be wave C of B there, you know? So that would be wave 5 of C of B on that high there. So if the market came up beyond that, then we could go along from that point. But as always, we can always use wave B high as well. So we just basically need to get past this possible ABC pattern here. So I'm just being very conservative and boring, but an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to this point. Once we're on this side of it, we're past it, well then, you know, everybody can continue their journey to the Mars or Moon or Jupiter or wherever we're going to next. So, yeah, but we have to get past this 5-wave structure here for that. Yeah, that's that. Well, it's pretty easy to understand. Let's just go to the tick chart, see if we can make heads or tails of this. Okay, so I've been looking at it that way too, so I need to understand this structure here. That's what we need to understand. Let's see if we can get our noggins around it. That looks like the low, so that's what we have to use. We have to use this as wave 1. That's the third wave, probably fourth and fifth. So I think we're on the right track there. If somebody wants to go into 5 ticks or something and check that out, that would be great. But wave 1, 2, 2, 3. We'll check on that wave 4 and that wave 5 there, so we can nail that down a bit further. Because wave 2 was kind of nice and sharp, and this one's going sideways a bit, and that was probably an A and a B and a C to this point. But let's just check out that. Let's just check out this a little bit further. I'll just have to take that as a top. I'm not sure about this, and we could use that as wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C wave here, but that looks like it's in 3. That looks like looks like 1 and 2 here. That's the third, fourth, fifth. Well, we have to call that in as the low, though, don't we? I'm just not sure. I can see this here. Every trend's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, and obviously this is the building process here, and this is the middle of the trend in here. So we'll see a very clear high here. So what will happen here? This is starting to get overlapping wave structures here. So we'll probably see, you know, this sort of thing happening here. You know, I'm just exaggerating, but you see how these lows are coming in, you know, not creating blue skies after that like they were here. So we're in the latest trend. But what we're actually looking for here is a decent correction here. But do we call that as wave 4? How annoying. I mean, there's a good case for a third wave, a fourth wave, and a fifth wave here for that. Okay, I'll do some work on that. And the other point is 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I mean, if we were down here, we'd be going long here, because we'd go long here, and then we'd go long here, and then we could go long here on this. But that's not the case, because we're sitting at that 1650, the medium level there. Just hindsight stuff, that's all. But I'll remove these, otherwise I'll think that... Okay, so we just got to wait for another top to come in play. So we just need that correction here. So the main point here is that we can see this whole move here. So we do need to see some type of correction here, okay? And then that creates the long trade after that. We have to get past that. There is a possibility that it could play out a bit further in terms of wave 1 here and 2 here. So we'll need to check that. What I might do is just go to the tick chart just to see if I can get rid of that. The 5, it's 100 ticks, just 20 ticks at the 1500 level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. So yeah, that's what we'll have to do. That's okay. That's wave 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, and 5 here. So that is wave 1 here, and this is the wave 2 to come back. So that's okay. So that's 3 and 4 across here. Let me just check on this a little bit further, see if we can get any more out of this. I mean, it's all in the detail, isn't it? That's the main point. So, I mean, it looks corrective here as the A, the B, and the C wave up here. So I think we do need to take it from here, which would leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third. So there'll still be a fourth and a fifth wave to go here. So we want that one more high to come in place, and then we want a decent pullback here, and then we can go long from that point. Sorry about all of that. So we'll see that dance at the 1750 with ETH here. So where does that leave us with Bitcoin then? So with Bitcoin, yes, we're taking it off that low there as well. So we've got one more wave here then. So if we look at that as 1 and 2 here, it looks like 3 to there. I'll just push it a bit further. If it drops below that, then there's a problem at that point. We've got a top in place, but otherwise we'll look at this here as some sort of ABC pattern and one more move to the upside here. So it might take us up to 52 or 51.80 and then roll over. So we have to wait for that high to come in, okay? And then we need to see a pullback in that regard. So if you've got trades in here, you'll need to tighten those up as well. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, we want to see a decent pullback in this space here, and then we can go long above that. So in a way, it's a sort of a double retest here of the 50,000 at that point. And what you could also do as well, if things move quickly here, let's just say to the downside to start with. So we'll take that up to that point. Then this is the 50-60% retracement level from that point. So that's where it can come to. So if the 48, so what we could say in this regard to the downside, we could say that if the 48 became the retested resistance, then you'd be heading lower at that point. So that's the line in the sand. Sorry, I should put those charts up there. Yeah, so as long as the market stays above 48, then it's all bullish from that point. If it goes under the 48, then we're going to be bearish from that point. Okay, so that's all pretty easy, isn't it? Let's just go back and nut that out on one of these charts. So that's just the lower end of group 2. So yeah, it's only bearish under here, and you would need a classic trading levels pattern to sort of cement that in there on that, to get that down on that side. But otherwise, if we look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up here, say to 52, then we'll be looking for an A wave, a B wave, sort of a shot down here, and then moving up from that point. So then we can put that there, that there, that there, that there, and we can go long from that point. Okay, well, that was a trip around the block, wasn't it? But yeah, we're just really using the 50,000 as support or resistance. And if 48 becomes the resistance, then it's likely that we're going to be coming down to 40k at that point. And if we move up beyond, as always, number 3 here, 53, if that becomes the support, the tested support with a classic trading levels pattern to confirm that, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, some sort of ABC pattern, and then up, then we can also look to go long there as well. And that also confirms that we're going to be going up to 65,000 at that point. Okay, so that really sorts it all out at that point. Okay, sorry for the long-winded around the block there, but we did it. So let's just see what comes, what may come what may. I mean, there's a good case for both of them, you know, because this wave 4 just looks a bit too small for my likings, and having this A, B, and C over here for this, and then coming down is suitable. But at the same time, I'd look an idiot if we didn't trade to the long side either, you know. So we just got to cover both bases until we get this sorted out. But anyway, at least you know where the trap is, the next trap to come further down at that point. Even though we've touched the 61.8%, but in that previous trend, you know, the previous wave 4, the blue wave 4, further down the trend, this B wave came all the way up to the square root of 61.8%, the 78.6. So, you know, that's up here somewhere. So that's where that is there at 55,000. So that's all. I think we'd be moving too far past it at that point for this one. But yeah, anyway, all we need to get past is this 5-wave structure here, and then we're on our way at that point. Or we come back to 40,000 as a buying opportunity. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.